This isn't the video on being zero waste, right? Hello beautiful humans, I'm Taylor Brynn, a teenager passionate about veganism and sustainability, and today I'm going to be going over some beginner zero waste swaps. Now obviously, as you probably saw in the first couple seconds of this video, that I'm not perfect and I'm not asking you to be perfect. Zero waste isn't always accessible to many people, and being perfectly zero waste is impossible. It's okay if you're not perfectly zero waste because you don't have to be, and use what is accessible to you. I've split up the swaps into 3 sections, which is bathroom, kitchen, and bedroom, and we are going to start off in the bathroom. First off, instead of using regular body soap that just comes into a plastic container, you can switch to having bar soap, or there are even some brands that they come in the container but it is refillable. You just get the refill and then it's done. I personally just use bar soap, but that is also an option. More on with soaps, you can also get a bar form of shampoo and conditioner. I get most of my bar for body shampoo and conditioner from Lush because it is accessible to me, and they do have a naked program where you don't have to get any of it in packaging, and if there is, it's usually just a recyclable paper bag. If you are a human that shaves, you might want to invest into a safety razor. These razors are meant to last you a lifetime, and they come with refillable blades that if you need new ones, you just order the refillable blades and you can just cycle them through. And I'm pretty sure there's some programs, depending on the brand, that you can send back your old blades. I personally am a shaving human. Obviously, you don't have to be a shaving human. Body hair is beautiful, so do you. I personally shave, but that is my personal choice. The next 2 are all about oral care, and the first one is a bamboo toothbrush. So you probably, if you're anywhere in the sustainability movement, you've probably heard of a bamboo toothbrush, and the whole craze behind it is all toothbrushes that are out there currently are plastic, and you throw it away and then it takes thousands of years to decompose. If it ever does decompose, we're not really sure yet, now are we? But having a bamboo toothbrush, afterwards you can compost it. It is compostable. All you have to do is take out the bristles. So compared to having to throw away the full toothbrush, it's better to just only have to throw away the bristles of the toothbrush. The next swap is toothpaste. So there are a couple of options besides conventional plastic toothpaste tubes. So probably the biggest one that you hear about is the toothpaste tablets. I've used these, they work fine for me, but they don't work for everybody else, in that people don't like the texture and they don't like to chew it, which is completely okay. There's other options. There's toothpaste powders, which I have not tried those either. I don't know if they're as effective, but those are a thing. There's also a couple of brands that do toothpaste tubes, but the tubes are actually recyclable. Pretty sure you just kind of send it back to them and they recycle it. So if you do like that traditional toothpaste consistency, you can get a brand that has a recyclable tube. And now we're going to move into the kitchen side of zero waste. The first thing is the swap for Ziploc bags. You've probably seen the reusable Ziploc bags, and there's a lot of debate in the community whether they're actually good, because they are made out of unsustainable materials, but then again, they're accessible to a lot of people, cheap, and they're reusable. So there's also that side. So if that's all you can afford and that's all that is accessible to you, go ahead and get that. But you can also make your own Ziploc bags out of fabric. I have a couple of these that I have tried. There's also, instead of just getting Ziploc bags and bag type containers, you can also just get a hard container. You probably have a couple of these little Tupperware containers that are probably plastic, which is completely fine. Please do not throw these away. they still have some life left in them. I feel like it is worse when people just throw away all the plastic they have to try to, you know, buy all this new, more aesthetic, zero waste things, but the truth is that you can still use it, and you should use it all the way until it is unusable, completely demolished. But that's how far you should use it. Don't get caught up in the aesthetic of everything. I would continue to use these. I also have a couple like glass ones, but I have mostly just the plastic Tupperware. Instead of using something like saran wrap or plastic wrap to cover foods and things like that, you can also swap to wax wraps, which do the same thing, but you can just wash it and reuse it over and over again. And a lot of them have some really cute designs, so you can really have fun with this one. I think these are really dandy and fun, and I do have a couple of these and I really like them. The next swap is for paper towels. So a lot of my friends ask me, well, if you don't use paper towels, what do you use? For me personally, I use just regular hand towels, just the classic towels. There's also some companies that make unpaper towels. I tried this for a brief moment in my life and I really didn't like it that much. There was just something off about it, but I only really tried one brand, and it may work perfectly for you, it just didn't work for me. I just use regular hand towels to clean up and wipe everything, so that is what I use personally. There's more options like unpaper towels for people who would rather another option. This next swap is probably one of my most favorite zero waste swaps. I love this one so much, and that is to compost your food waste. A lot of people just, once they're done with food, they just throw it away and then it goes to a landfill. But I compost, and I'm not gonna go super into what composting actually is because I have a video on it. So go click that up there if you're curious. I just love composting, and if it is accessible to you, I think you should compost too, because composting is really fun. For any coffee drinkers out there, you may benefit from having a reusable coffee filter or K-cup, depending on what coffee machine you have. If you just have a filter, you probably know that it's just disposable, but there's actually fabric companies that make reusable coffee filters, and you just wash them out and then you use it again, which is really fun. I have this at one of my houses and it is used very well. I actually stopped drinking coffee a little while ago because it just wasn't great for my health and me personally, but I still love coffee. I like the taste of it, but I just don't drink it as much. I also have a reusable K-cup that I used for my machine that takes the little cups. So that is also an option for anybody who has a machine like that instead of using a coffee filter. Another swap for my coffee drinkers: if you don't brew your own coffee at home and say you go out to get coffee, say on the way to work or school, you can also get your own reusable coffee mug instead of using the coffee shop's disposable versions of it. This is just good, to just have your own reusable, and a lot of places give you a discount. I mean, who's gonna pass up a discount? So get your own reusable coffee mug instead of having to use a disposable version every single time. This next swap is pretty basic, but that means it has a perfect place in this beginner video, and that is just to simply have a reusable water bottle. So if it is available to you to get a reusable water bottle, that is probably better than the disposable plastic water bottle thing that you see everywhere. And if you have a plastic water bottle right now and you don't have a reusable one, you can just reuse the plastic one until it's dead, and then you can obviously get a reusable water bottle. But I personally use my reusable water bottle. I bring it around everywhere with me, and it's pretty big, so it kind of encourages me to drink more water. So that's just what I use. There's lots of different kinds of water bottles, but I just use a Nalgene but a reusable water bottle is the perfect first beginner swap. Next, you can have a reusable grocery bag, or probably multiple reusable grocery bags when you go out to shop. We have a lot in my house, so we just kind of put them in the car and just take all of our reusable bags. Obviously, this can't be accessible to everyone, especially people who live in food deserts where, getting food can be really hard to come by and they're probably not thinking about bringing bags. If it is accessible to you, bringing everything in a reusable bag would be perfect. When you can bring your own reusable grocery bag. The next swap is, instead of buying all of your food in packaging, if it is accessible to you, try to buy in bulk. Honestly, for my area, there's really not a lot. I can't really buy a lot of things in bulk, so it's not even accessible to me. But if you live near somewhere that does have a bulk store, I would go ahead and take advantage of it. You can bring your own reusable bags and cut down on the packaging, but only if that's accessible to you. Don't feel bad if it isn't, but sometimes they do have some bulk stations around, so I try to take advantage of those when I can. And now we are going into the bedroom section of this video. The first one is for my makeup wearers. There's a lot of brands out there that have low-waste makeup, and a lot of this will come in bamboo and minimal plastic and refillable, things like eyeshadow where they can send you a refill of the same color. I personally use Elate, which is vegan, cruelty-free, and low waste. I don't wear a lot of makeup in the first place, so my things that I use have lasted me a really long time because I've actually tried to go more natural and stop wearing a bunch of makeup all the time. But if that is still what you do and that makes you feel empowered and happy, continue to do that. It just didn't really fit with my lifestyle and what I want for my life. So I still recommend Elate. They are awesome, and a lot of their stuff is really pretty, and I really enjoy using it. I personally love to read. I like to read a lot of books, and reading gives me a lot of joy, and traditional books can be considered wasteful using all of the paper that they do. So a different alternative and a swap for that would be to use ebooks, whether that be audiobooks or using a Nook or a Kindle. I personally am using the Kindle app because I have an Amazon Prime membership with my family, so I'm using the Kindle app. A lot of people don't like ebooks and would rather the traditional, so I would suggest going and thrifting books. We actually have a store for that in my town where it's all secondhand books, and actually when you're done with the books you can sell it back to them and they can give you money for it, and you can just put all your books there and they can pay you for it, and then you buy a bunch of secondhand books, which is really great. A really great cycle for those of you who like the traditional books. I have a couple of traditional books for myself, but I also am using the Kindle app. The next swap is to get organic hair ties. There are a lot of brands that make more sustainable hair ties. Personally, for me, I haven't tried any of these because I still have hair ties that I still used and continue to use since before I went low waste. So first of all, I would recommend that you use what you have until they break and they cannot be used again. Just your regular hair ties instead of going to buy new ones. So that's what I use right now, is just going through and using these hair ties as much as I can before they die. But if you are completely run out of hair ties, I would look into some brands that make some more organic and sustainable hair ties. This next one is also one of my very favorites, and that is to thrift your clothes and choose secondhand. Thrifting has a really positive impact on the environment. Fast fashion is not very good for the environment or for the people. They exploit all of the workers, which are usually BIPOCs and a lot of the times women. Thrifting can help stop the environmental damage that fast fashion causes and help stop the exploitation of all of the fast fashion workers. To help reduce your paper waste, I would unsubscribe from all junk mail that is sent to your house. There's a lot of mail that is sent to my house, and a lot of it is just like thrown directly into the trash, and some of it you can't even recycle. The way to eliminate all of this is to just unsubscribe from all junk mail so it is stopped from being sent to your house and creating all that waste. This next swap is the most important swap in the zero waste movement, and that is to do your best. A lot of swaps in the movement aren't accessible to everyone, and that is completely okay. I want to try to make this movement accessible and making small changes that will fit your lifestyle, even if you can't make some of the big, expensive changes. So if there are things in this video that you can't accomplish, aren't accessible to you, do not worry about it. Do not stress that you are not helping the environment. Just do what you can with what you have, and that, my friend, is the best. So I'm glad that you even watched this video, got this far in the video, and are really caring about the environment, and I'm really happy for you for just taking that small step to even care. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to have more zero waste videos from me, leave me a comment and let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!